exe.dev. I saw this on Hacker News a few months ago and wanted to give it a try when I had a few free minutes. So let's take this thing for a spin. All right, so first thing, pretty bare bones, front page. This is actually, I think, new since they had originally launched it. They added a little thing about OpenClaw. The gist here is this is essentially like a VM, a virtual machine service. You pay $20 a month, you get up to 25 VMs, and you can just use them for kind of whatever. They have persistent disk. You can SSH into them. You can just run an agent on them, and then they'll stand up applications. They'll write some code for you. This is really good service for people that are constantly coming up with ideas and they just need to like throw them up on a VPS, a virtual private server. But like every incremental VPS is, 5, 6, 10, $20. And so they're just like, they don't want that marginal cost to creep into their decision-making process of like whether to start that next project. So in fact, like I am probably not the right person for this because I tend to stick to one project at a time, just hammer on that, work on that every single day. This is really for a service. This is really a service for developers who, they've got tons of ideas. They want to spin up a ton of things and they don't want to pay for absolutely every, little incremental thing that they create. So very good for that. All right. So as I mentioned, originally I saw this on Hacker News, and this was the blog post, got tons of upvotes, and essentially people were saying like, I don't really know what this is. This is seems super bare bones. Can't really tell from what it is from doc. So I figured I'd just go ahead and give it a try. And first thing you see after you verify, and actually you need to pay the $20. So I paid the $20, logged in, and here I got my VMs. Now it was originally nothing. And the way that this worked was I went into SSH. You can just SSH this is the new private key that I created. And obviously you upload the public key, and then you invoke exe.dev, and then new, right? So it's going to just create one, and this will actually be the third one that I've created on the service. So if we just refresh this, then we'll see, okay, you can SSH in, you can just see it over HTTPS. You can just, they actually have like a terminal that you can just spin up and you can start modifying. So you can say, who am I? LS, whatever it is. And you can also, this is the part that I found pretty fascinating, was they have their own coding agent. So this thing called Shelly that I believe they've open sourced. And I just said like, hey, create a Flask application that'll just take a really large block of text and be able to just input that and then summarize that for me. So it went and it was running for a while, and it you don't need to pop in an Anthropic key or anything like that. But if you want to, you can. It kind of just runs its own LLMs in the background they're by default. And then all of a sudden, here you're all set. Your text summarizer is live at this URL. And this is only accessible to me. So if I were to go in on a incognito window, it's going to ask me to sign in. But you can easily make this accessible to others. And so that's actually pretty cool. Like instead of just using a service like V0 or Lovable or something like that, you can just have a bunch of VMs, a bunch of applications that you're all testing. So I thought that was pretty great. So here's what the text summarizer looks like. And then here's actually some output. I just copy and pasted in everything from the Hacker News post, 96,000 characters. And then it just summarized that for me. You're going to get 25 virtual private servers. There's going to be a pool of shared resources, and you're just going to pay $20 a month for them. So that's the idea, like quick, rapid iteration. So if you go to plushcap.com, company is exe-dev, then you will see this breakdown of, they've written 13 blog posts, 58 docs pages. So the majority of what they've created is actually under their docs. And a lot of that is just explaining what the service is. So they actually have their pricing page out there under the docs. Essentially everything is just under the docs. Very new service, useful if you just want to spin up a bunch of projects, pay $20 a month, don't really want to worry about a new VPS. They're pre-configured. I will say that is one thing about these VMs that I really like. They're secure. I would say they have a lot of good security by default. And so then you're not worrying about kind of like, logging in as root, locking down root access, locking down all the ports, all the things that I run an Ansible playbook on when I am running a new VPS. You don't have to worry about any of that stuff really. So it shows that they're just kind of like, how quickly can you get a project up and running without marginal cost of setting up a server, without marginal cost of configuration, without marginal cost of the actual dollar amount that you're paying for it. I enjoyed testing out exe.dev. It's kind of some of my first impressions. Let me know what other things you want me to do in a first impressions video.